These are the brand new AirPods 3 Pro, and Apple announced them last year. They'll be available to pick up on the 19th, but should you actually pick them up? That is the big question. If you have the AirPods Pro 2 or any other buds, is this a worthy upgrade? So let's find out as we compare it to other headphones in the market, including the AirPods Pro 2, some Galaxies, and of course the Powerbeats Pro 2 because of that heart rate sensor. Let's jump in. So the brand new AirPods Pro 3 are here, and honestly, they look the same. They look the same at first sight, but they are not the same. To be fair, these things are different because when you look at them side by side, the case of the AirPods Pro 3 are larger than the case of the AirPods Pro 2, though the case styling is similar, and also the notification light is hidden on the AirPods Pro 3 compared to the AirPods Pro 2 case. Now, when you take them out of the case and you look at the buds, you can see the difference is a bit more clearer here, where the AirPods Pro 3 has a stem that kind of points up. And also design is different in a couple of ways. Now, both of them have the H2 chip built in, but the H2 chip in this device has a few more features, which again, will be coming to previous versions that have the H2, which are the AirPods Pro 2 and the AirPods 4. Now, the main thing, the big changes here are, some of them are very physical, and that starts with the heart rate sensor. You can tell that because that's the underneath the stem of the bud. That's not available on the AirPods Pro 2. And this is something that I was excited to see here because we saw the heart rate sensor in the Powerbeats Pro 2. And when I did my video on that, I was really impressed with the readings I was getting, using it to work out, that kind of fun stuff there. But how does the AirPods Pro 3 compare here? Now, I have to say, when I worked out with the AirPods Pro 3 using the heart rate sensor through the fitness app, which is a very simple thing to actually do, I didn't get precise readings, and that's something you will notice here. So, quick examples, I was doing some jump rope, and you know, my heart rate is going up, but it was at 135. I was still doing more and more and more until I stopped doing the jump rope. And then I picked up my iPhone to see that my heart rate went from 135 to 147, a 10-point jump without any graduation there. So it's not a precise reading of your heart rate, it's more of a general reading there, and also a general reading of your workout to show you how you've accomplished the crossway. If you want something more precise, your Apple Watch is a better tool in my mind, and even say maybe something like an Oura Ring will actually do a much better job there. So simply because I don't think this is an active sensor, and also you can compare the sensors to what you see on the Powerbeats Pro 2, they look quite different. You also know that that has that laser that basically is trying to tag and read constantly. So again, if you're looking for precise readings, the AirPods Pro 3 are not the way for your workouts. But again, it's still a nice tool. So the next thing Apple talked about was active noise cancellation and also isolation. This is a big thing when listening to music nowadays. Everybody loves it because it puts you into the environment that you're in. Now, if we look at some of the other buds that we have here and kind of stack it together, I can basically tell you that the Galaxy Buds 3 FE and the Powerbeats Pro 2 are probably on the bottom tier here with good noise cancellation, not the best isolation in comparison, and also maybe about 65 to 70% active noise cancellation, but still very good, especially at the price point for the Buds 3 FE, which I do like. Now, the other one, of course, is the Bose Quiet Comfort Ultras Gen 2, which have some very good active noise cancellation. Again, fit is something you do have to find here to actually fit and match. Now, the AirPods Pro 2 were my second best from last year because I thought the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro did a much better job in active noise cancellation, and I thought that you needed better seal and fit for the AirPods Pro 2, which is something Apple has solved. And that's why my number one is the AirPods Pro 3. Now, a couple of things they did here. Ear tips, which have a silicon outer coating, and Comply foam, it's something proprietary to them. And I love the fact that it fits quite well. It's very easy to basically open up, put into your ears like so, and it feels really comfortable using them. So I do like that fit with the custom silicone Comply foam fit. It also does a much better job in isolation. Now, the one thing to mention is that Apple has applied extra ear tips, so you've got extra small now, just because when you're going to comply foam or comply foam hybrid like this, the fit is not usually the same as what you previously used, so be mindful of that. Now, this adds a lot to the active noise cancellation, so your listening process is quite comfortable, and it does a really good job here compared to the others, especially when I was, listening to music on a plane or even just with the environment around me. I think it does a fantastic job right there. So active noise cancellation and isolation, the AirPods Pro 3 wins. Now, the next big one, of course, is audio. How good is the listening experience here? Now, I could stack it up against the rest and kind of grade all the way through, but again, audio listening is preference. Now, for me here, I felt like the sound signature did not change from the AirPods Pro 2, simply because the drivers are the same. We also know that the H2 chip is still the same in there. There might be some tuning, but again, it didn't change away. Now, adaptive EQ is something that Apple uses to see how your ear is changing position, which I'm not the biggest fan for. The only thing I think it works well for is active noise cancellation, but not for this. And I think the sound is still good, but it just feels a little bit murky, especially with some of the mids and even to some of the highs as well. I still prefer the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro here. I think it does a better job with those dual aperture drivers in comparison. The FE is good. I think the FE drives quite well for its price point. And I think also the Bose Quiet Comfort does a really good job as well, with a very different sound signature, something a bit on the warmer side, slightly warmer side, which is something Bose doesn't typically do, but I do like that shift they're going with. The AirPods Pro 3 are solid. They sound really good. And a lot of people will be very familiar with that sound with the AirPods Pro 2, which is why I said I don't think there's a difference here because it feels the same. Maybe with the isolation, improved isolation and noise cancellation, but I think it still stays the same. Now, the next feature that Apple talked about was Live Translate. This one is pretty interesting. This is all about using AI for translation, and the crux of the matter is that the live translation is done, of course, still on your phone, but you're now using the microphones off your earbuds, so you don't have to take out your phone, put it in front of the person, and hit translate and go through those functions. So once that's actually set up, you actually have a new gesture by simply putting your earbuds in and pressing and holding both earbuds, and it activates live translation. So someone talks to you, you can talk to them. Once somebody talks to you, it basically puts your headphones into noise cancellation mode, and then it starts transcribing the language. So basically right now there are 4 languages available, which include Spanish and French, German, and the voice will read it out to you. Now, if you want to talk back to the person, you can hold up your phone and it can dictate it back. This is a really cool feature, but also this is a feature that we know that is coming to the other AirPods. So the AirPods Pro 2 will have this, as well as the AirPods 4. So not as crazy as it seems, and also something that can be implemented on any of the buds eventually. Apple still has the upper hand here because they're doing it first, but I don't see it as the biggest feature. I do like it as a nice addition to that. Microphones. So of course, microphones are very important when talking to someone, especially if you're, conversing in a different language or just making a regular phone call. The microphones on the iPhone have been always very, very good. And I think it continues here, but I don't think there's any major leap or difference here in this case. In comparison to the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro, I think they're literally the same. I think Samsung has done a good job there. Even the FE2 matches that quite well, and Bose does a really good job. I think the Beats are the only ones that are a bit on the slightly lower side, but still all of them are good and great overall. Now, when you sum everything up and you get down to the last bit, which is battery life, this is something that Apple has talked about and says this has improved battery life, which technically is true and untrue at the same time. What I mean by that is that if you listen to music on your AirPods Pro 3, you're gonna get 8 hours while listening to them compared to 6 hours with the AirPods Pro 2. The similarity here is that both of them have 24 hours with the case. So whether you're using the 3 or the 2, it's still 24 hours with the case. Compared to the other buds that some will have up to 40 hours. To me, that's not improved battery life, and I want to see longer battery life. Maybe we need a slightly more bigger case. I think it's fine because, again, these cases are really small. And I think on battery life, Apple needs to step into the game to meet up with its competitors. So when you look at everything overall, the question is, should you upgrade? And the answer is no, I don't think you should. I think that these are really good buds, but a lot of those features are coming to the AirPods Pro 2, which are a very good pair of headphones. The AirPods Pro 2 do a really good job, especially with the audio, noise cancellation, and you can get comply foam tips if you want to. Plus, if you're getting those at a cheaper price point, that is a good bargain because you'll be getting that live translate feature in there. The only thing you'll be missing out is the heart rate sensor. And from my use case right now, it's not as accurate as I would like, and it's something that gives me a good general reading, but not a precise reading overall. So I say the AirPods Pro 2 are still a better buy than the AirPods Pro 3 overall, and I think, you know, with the AirPods Pro 3 coming out, this could be discounts that people can pick up at different places and worth picking up. Still, the AirPods Pro 3 are really good, and I'm glad that Apple did not increase the price and kept it at $249, which is a nice replacement, and I think it's a solid standpoint. Now, if this your first entry and you want something for casual workouts, then the AirPods Pro 3 work out well for you. So if you guys have any questions, any comments, let me know. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and always enjoy your entertainment.